The New York Giants just claimed a player on waivers, and he has the potential to be a big impact this season. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. Today, I didn't expect to make a video today. I expected to do more film on my membership side of the channel, so I'm still doing that, by the way, but gonna make this video first. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna be putting my Brian Burns film review up along with other ones. If you guys join the membership, you guys can add suggestions, give me suggestions in the membership community posts. But I'm starting off with Brian Burns because it was requested, and I might do like Russell Wilson and then a full offensive and defensive breakdown as well. But first, let's pay some bills, baby. Huge shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video and being the official sponsor of this channel for the season. Join over 6 million users since 2023 on the #1 sports app in the world. Your one-stop shop for sports news, live game scores and stats, fantasy football, and of course, pick contests. Predict the hottest football stats like passing yards, touchdowns, and interceptions to cash in on your daily fantasy football skills. Right now, use promo code 27Squad and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for more details. Alright, so as you guys know, it went kind of viral, the cutting of this player, because of how instantly it happened. But Xavier Gipson, the undrafted free agent wide receiver on the Jets, he was undrafted out of something Stephen Austin school or whatever back in 2023. And, he was a guy that a lot of people liked from Hard Knocks. He was one of their fan favorites. He made the team as a returner and also provided some value as a slot receiver in his rookie year. As you guys know, he had a big punt return in the first game of his NFL career against the Buffalo Bills in overtime. It was a huge moment for him, and it kind of threw him into the spotlight as being one of the better returners in the NFL. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's an amazing returner and we just got someone like that's a game breaker, but I'll tell you right now, he's probably the best returner we have on the team right now. Unfortunately, he was cut after the first game of the season against the Pittsburgh Steelers because he had one punt return, or I believe it was a kick return, and he fumbled it. Now, the problem with Xavier Gipson is, although he provides good value as a punt and kick returner, he also is a boomer bust player in the fact that he fumbles a lot throughout his career, and this is going into his third season in the NFL. 32 games in total. We're talking about 10 fumbles, 5 in his rookie season, where he had 511 kick return yards, which is a lot, and 319 punt return yardage. So that's over 800 yards of return yardage on special teams. So he adds that value. The problem is he had 5 fumbles that year on those kick returns and punt returns, and then he had 4 last year in 2024 in which he wasn't as productive, and then he had already 1 in his first game. So it is a problem. It's not something that Aaron Glenn just said, hey, you fumbled, you're off the team. It was clear that Aaron Glenn knew that he had fumbling issues. Maybe that was prominent in camp, and he probably known that already looking at the numbers of the players that are on his team and noticed that he fumbles a lot. That's 9 fumbles going into his third season, and once he fumbled again, he said, listen, we can't have this. We'll find someone else to handle our special teams duties, and we are not going to have this because, listen, that team lost by 2 points. That's a possession gone right there. So that could have been a potential score. Now, the Giants still have Gunnar Olszewski on the roster, and a lot of people like Gunnar Olszewski as a kick returner and punt returner, special teams guy. He hasn't nearly had the numbers that Xavier Gipson has had already in his career. Like, Xavier Gipson kind of blows him out the water, and he's only been in his third season. But like I said, the fumbling issue. So I imagine he's going to start right off as our kick and punt returner, but we may have a headache on our hands. Or we may have him, setting the Giants up in good field position for this season. Now, Xavier Gipson, even though he fumbled, and that's what got him ultimately cut, he still had 5 returns for 142 yards. Like, in one game, he already had a fourth or a fifth of his career-high kick return yards. So I think it's definitely needed to have a player like him on the roster, and I think he could provide. If the Giants absolutely need him as a backup slot receiver, I think he's fine at that. I don't know if he'll be necessarily used. They love Wandale, and Wandale is dealing with a foot injury, so maybe we see him out there. But I think we'll see Gunner out there before we see Xavier Gipson. But I do imagine Xavier Gipson will take over the kick return duties because Gunner might be out there a little more due to Wandale Robinson having that ankle injury that he had because they put him at kick returner. The Giants don't listen. They had Adoree, last time this happened, they had Adoree Jackson back there and he got hurt. Our starter, Wandale Robinson, another starter. My goodness. Now, to make room for this, unfortunately, the New York Giants had to put my GOAT on IR. I thought there was a possibility he could come back because they didn't immediately put him IR, but they did. I think they are hoping that he returns some point in the season. Nobody said that he's having a season-ending injury, and the fact that they're going back and forth on it tells me that, and especially this early in the season, tells me that they think he could come back. So I hope he's designated to return. I hope so. My GOAT, Micah McFadden. This sucks, man. In his contract year too, it sucks. But to make room, they had to put Micah McFadden on IR, and Xavier Gipson is now a New York Giant, does not need to leave the city of New York or New Jersey, wherever he's at, and he stays playing at MetLife, this time in Giants blue. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think in the comment section below? Do you guys like this move? Do you guys hate it? I don't see why I can hate it. Let's see what happens. I hope he provides some spark in the return game because, damn, bro, we need a spark anywhere. And if we can get good field position, that would help the offense tremendously. We don't want to keep starting at the 20-yard line, 35-yard line. Let's try to get some good returns, maybe in enemy territory. I don't think the Giants with Gunnar Olszewski was capable of doing that. So, that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, consider joining the membership. Thank you to Sleeper for sponsoring this video, and we will see you guys next time.